It's the Bird's Eye View Podcast.
What's up, y'all? Back again with another episode of the Bird's Eye View. Clap it up, clap it up. Woo! So, yeah, for those of you who don't know what's going on right now, there was a snowstorm that hit Texas. And the last one was what, like the 1970s?
Yeah, because I can't even remember, since it's ever being snowy.
Yeah. So, you know, it's pretty bad. People are losing their houses. There's parasites in the water.
That's disgusting. That is disgusting.
There's parasites in the water.
You know, they've been telling people, haven't they been telling people, boil the water they have left just so it can be warm?
I don't know.
I've seen that.
I know it's crazy there, though. I read it.
It was an extreme measure, something like that.
I seen this one thing. It said a grandmother got frozen to death.
Yeah, so it's people, it's animals, it's everything is really freezing to death right now. And it's bad. I mean,
right now, is it still cold there?
I don't know. Did they say?
I feel like the worst has passed.
So.
The worst has definitely passed.
Yeah, but you got to remember, these people have lost their houses. The grocery stores were empty.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like
Then they had long lines at little restaurants It
was like an alternate world for them, literally, because they didn't even know how to handle the situation. I think that was one of the main problems, especially their government. They knew what to do, but it was more the negligence for me.
Let's
talk about step in.
Let's talk about the government. Their mayor, who was their mayor? The mayor of Colorado City. Whatever. The mayor of one of their cities in Texas was basically telling survival of the fittest. It's the Hunger Games.
Not the Hunger Games. Wasn't his wife involved somehow in it?
So he resigned, and then his wife, did she get fired or did she resign?
I think she resigned with him.
So either way, both of them don't work anymore. She wasn't directly involved, but she showed her support for him, which kind of, you supporting your husband is going to bring backlash.
What would you have done, though, if your husband was a politician like that?
All right, so, yeah, I think there comes a point in time where you're supposed to defend the person that you're with, naturally. But if you know that person is wrong, why involve yourself?
It's more because, though, what if they feel like there's no other option? That's her partner. That's her husband. I mean, I wouldn't do what she did, but, that's just me.
Yeah, and let's talk about the fact that he was trying to, I get it, they got a warning, didn't they, saying that the snowstorm was going to come?
Yeah, they for sure knew.
Yeah, but I don't think they knew it was going to be this bad.
No,
they didn't plan on it to be that bad.
They didn't have any salt trucks. There was no, they weren't prepared.
Well, because we know about salt trucks and all that, because, we East Coast. We live this every year, multiple times a year, but I feel like like I said, they were just more not blindsided because they knew, but it's just like they were caught off guard.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect them to be running to stockpile and have shovels and etc. on deck when they haven't had a snowstorm like this since the 70s.
I would be surprised if they even knew what salt was.
No.
I don't know about that.
I know what salt was. What?
Wait, is the salt that we use to melt ice actual salt, like food salt?
No, it's is it like Epsom salt?
I don't know.
Epsom salt? It's sodium something.
Oh,
yeah. So, yeah, back to the whole thing. You realize that most of the houses and the people that are being affected are in the poor communities.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. My aunt was just telling me she has a coworker who lives out in Houston, and she has a government job, all that stuff. So I assume she lived in a nice neighborhood, and she said her house was fine. But all the other neighborhoods, it's dang, how y'all even let that happen?
Exactly. I saw this video. They were showing downtown Texas. Everything was lit up. Nobody had.
No, seriously, it was videos going everywhere. What was that, last week or
yeah,
the week before?
They had electricity. They had running water, and I'm like, how do you leave your citizens in this state and just be fend for yourself?
Who are you saying that about? The government or the people who weren't affected?
The mayor of that city was basically just telling them.
Was it only in one city, or was it Texas as a whole?
That guy got the most attention to him, but all of Texas is being affected right now.
Yeah, I know. I got a friend in Houston. His power went out for 2 days.
2 days? That's crazy. No, we had that before.
2 days is extensive, but imagine weeks.
With no heat.
Nothing.
And cold. They're not used to the cold either, because it'd be hot in Texas.
Absolutely. And
They was freezing in there.
Oh.
That's what I was saying. I wasn't saying they be freezing. No.
And so this person on Instagram, I can't remember the name right now. They started a petition, basically saying like, sign this so we can get some government assistance from higher ups, not just.
Oh. My bad for cutting you off.
You good.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she actually went down to Texas, and I think she went down
AOC?
there to she went down there to raise money, I think. But Texas people don't really bang with her like that.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of people that you would want in office, though. A person that, despite what people think of you, you would go down there and help them anyway.
Absolutely. And I feel like we need more. Yes.
AOC
for president.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she's in the Senate right out of New York.
Yeah.
She's in the Senate out of
New York
Borough.
Borough. Is it Borough?
Bureau.
That's
She's the congresswoman out of New York in the Senate.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah. So and like I was saying, this person started a petition basically saying like we need some extra government help, and I think Biden did something the other day to help them. Did he?
Joe?
Yeah, Joe.
Okay, we did it, Joe.
Did we, Joe? But yeah, he went down in the other something, I don't know, but there's been petitions going around.
I've
I know
seen a lot of petitions.
I know Beyonce started a collab with her, and Adidas started a collab with the some food for something in Texas.
They just giving food back, basically.
Foundation. There was a foundation in Texas, yeah. And they're donating.
Yeah, because she's from there.
Yeah.
My favorite basketball player, James Harden, he did the same thing.
Oh my God.
He did the same thing. The GOAT himself.
And I think we definitely need more of celebrity involvement, especially with things like this. So, major shout out to all the celebrities that are using their platform to help, going down there, donating food.
Isn't Meg from there?
Yeah, Meg.
I didn't hear much from her. Okay, Meg.
She might, but a lot of celebrities choose to work in silence. They may not broadcast.
That's how Michael Jordan was.
Exactly.
People used to get in his butt for like not doing a lot, especially for Chicago. But he did a lot of undercover stuff.
But he also invests in prisons.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't he invest in that? Don't he put his money in prisons?
I'm not gonna. We'll move on.
It could be fake news.
No, it's definitely real. It's definitely real.
Anyway, come on, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, big shout out to all the celebrities. We're gonna have a petition in our bio that you can sign, as well as some articles to read up on what's going on in case you don't know.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people were shocked or they didn't know despite everything going around. And I'm like, how do y'all miss that? It's right there.
Yeah. So speaking of Sleepy Joe, we got our first woman of color vice president.
Oh my God.
We did it, Joe.
Kamala was like, I know people would probably disagree, but she was like just the angel that fell out the sky and landed in the White House. And I love her for that.
I don't know.
I know somebody's going to disagree, but
let me tell you why I don't know.
Liberal.
Her past is pretty controversial.
Yeah. Okay, how do you feel about her past? Because I know especially a lot of people of color aren't fans of her just because of that.
Yeah, she put a lot of black people away. A lot.
That was her job.
I get that.
A prosecutor.
I get that, but she also wasn't very understanding either.
When you're in a position like that, when you're a state prosecutor, that's literally your job. It doesn't matter who's in court. Your job is to prosecute no matter what.
But it's not just that. She specifically targeted this community. And I get it. You're a prosecutor. You have to do what you got to do at the end of the day. But at some point, you have to have some type of empathy. Yeah. And she was just locking niggas up left. Sorry. She was handing them. She was throwing.
Okay, but when you think about it,
job,
if they wouldn't have did what they did to get in that position, she wouldn't have had to do her job.
But see, that's where it becomes an issue, because do you know how many people are falsely accused or falsely imprisoned for things that they didn't do? Just because it doesn't matter whether you put yourself in a situation, however you see it, it's not always your fault.
That could be controversial also, though, because you might not think it's your fault, but then when you get in front of a 12-person jury, it says something different.
I don't know.
I'm being devil's advocate because I for sure I understand why what people didn't like about her, but I also see her side damn, that's her job. She got to do something like that. And she ain't Mike Pence. You got to be grateful that she ain't Mike Pence.
I'll take anybody. anybody over. I definitely am appreciative that, you know, she's legendary right now. She broke records. Like, this is huge, especially for women and kids, little girls that look like us. This is huge for them.
I love that she like brings her little niece everywhere she goes. She is so cute. That's the cutest thing to me. Okay,
I know we're definitely settling for Biden, but I'm in support of what he's been doing so far.
I am too.
The amount of people of color that he's replaced, like put in the office right now.
Yes, oh my God.
It's amazing.
Positions in office, they look so much more diverse. Like,
absolutely.
That's all I want to see in the administration, because it was just so sickening. It was literally just old white man. Oh, okay, young white girl, old white man. Come on, bro.
Young white girl.
Yo, I think the chief of the defense, the chief of like our defense group or whatever is a black man, and I was like, wow, he better do that damn thing.
And the guy, he was at the riot. I think he was something. I don't know. He got promoted. I can't remember his name right now.
The officer?
He got promoted.
Oh, at the Capitol?
I definitely seen that.
Yeah.
Sleepy Joe.
Joe, I don't know, man. I don't know. People had their bad things about Joe. No, the only people I see, I don't want to categorize them, but I mean, kind of. The only people I've seen, like, giving backlash towards Joe right now is, like, Hispanics and stuff. Because I don't know. It's just, like, I have very opinionated
I think we fail to realize that nobody is perfect. No matter if you're a politician, you're a celebrity, everybody has their downsides. Not every president, not even Obama was perfect. Love you, Obama. Not even Obama was perfect. So at some point you have to decide, is this a personal issue for me, or am I really working towards bettering the country?
Well, I feel like they just expected him to do so much as soon as he got in office. Like, he got in office for what, like 90 days?
Yes.
Maybe 100.
They want world hunger to end right
and
now.
They want immigration to, like, deportation and everything to just
Let's
stop.
talk about that.
Like, dude.
Let's talk about that. You seen, they said the video with the kids in cages.
Okay, first of all, my thing about
kids in cages.
Yes, okay, that's a big thing in Texas too, because that's where the majority of the kids are. But my thing is, those kids are unaccompanied. They don't, like, they have no relatives around. The kids are literally by themselves.
Where do you want them to go?
Yeah, exactly. You want them to go where? They're probably having better care wherever they're in those cages, right? Cages.
They are cages, yes.
Right? They're in cages. They're probably, I don't want to sound like that, but they're probably doing better in those cages
than leaving them on the street.
Right, on the street by themselves to fend for themselves. Come on,
my point
where
exactly.
do you want them to go?
I feel like when presidents or people of high power are put in these positions, there's only one or two moves.
Right, and
you pick the better option.
Half the time, it's like not a lose-lose, but it's like, damn, you can't really win.
My point exactly.
They have to do the best thing.
I think we got to give them some time to make a decision.
And cut the man some slack.
God,
he's been in office for this amount of time.
It's because Trump has done so much to, ruin. He has ruined our country. Trump has done so much to affect our country. They want Joe to reverse it in 30 seconds.
Right. I'm like, okay, you gotta, don't blame Joe for the mistakes that your previous administration made 10 times worse. He gotta come in and pick up all the slack that he left. He literally threw him a down badass country. Joe's supposed to come in and clean it up in 100 days. Come on, bro. That's unrealistic.
And the people that are all like, oh, he's not doing what he says he's going to do, yada, 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 are Trump supporters.
Rednecks. Yeah, rednecks.
No. We have a few black people that have lost their way.
I forgot what we call these
you're right,
people.
You're right.
Bro, Isaiah told me a name for these people.
Coons.
Not coons.
No, we don't call them coons. We call them something else.
Black History Month.
Uncle Tom.
Uncle Tom.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Wait, so who's Uncle Sam?
I thought it was Uncle
The
Sam.
white man.
The government. Like, anytime you get taxed, like, everything.
That's Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam is like tax.
So then who's Tom?
Uncle Tom is like, you seen Django?
Yeah.
Like Samuel L. Jackson?
Oh.
That's like an Uncle
The black
Tom.
person that lost their way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an Uncle
Man,
Tom.
leave these high-end black people alone.
But you know what, though? I talk to a lot, because I want to know why you support the person that you do. I want to know, what is your reasoning? A lot of people that that they supported him in the beginning but don't support him now was because he was a businessman. Don't get me wrong.
Trump know how to make money.
He knows what to do.
He know how to make money.
And he should have left it at that. He
Okay.
did not have to want to be president.
People that were associating themselves with him were doing it because they thought it was going to benefit them.
The people literally, I feel like what a bulk of white people didn't understand is that
All
they thought
Trump supporters.
Right, Trump supporters, my bad. Trump supporters. They didn't understand, like, you have to be in a certain tax bracket to even qualify for all the policies that he's bringing in.
It's the same thing with Biden. They
You
was
don't
like,
make that money, baby. Come on now.
Same thing with Biden. They were all like, oh, this is going to affect me. I'm not going to have any money anymore.
Girl, you make $30,000
Excuse me, are you making $400,000 a year?
Please.
Let me know.
I am.
Shoot, let me know.
Let me know.
If your daddy,
I make $4,000 a year.
4,000 or
$4,000 a year.
we're talking 400, baby.
Oh, yeah, I make that too.
you don't even write on taxes. Come on.
So yeah, a lot of people's issues were, this tax plan that and you know what? If you're making $400,000 a year, there should be no reason that you're so upset about this tax policy that Biden wants to put in place. You have enough money to feed all of me and 30,000 of my cousins.
You got 30,000 cousins?
It's a joke.
People, they be trying to bring their cousins everywhere. You can't take black people nowhere.
For real.
Golly.
No, but yeah, I'm like, bro, y'all have a lot of opinions for somebody who's not making this money. Why do you care?
I don't know. Okay,
Who
I have a
knows?
question though. Why do you think African Americans, like, what do you think about African American Republicans? Because I just look at them and I'm like, what's going on with you, babe?
So I think once Trump got in office, it kind of ruined the Republican Party.
Yeah, for sure.
I have Republican family members that were Republican and conservative before Trump was in office. All Republicans are not Donald Trump. Let's be real.
That's a fact.
Being a Democrat and being a Republican or being an independent party, whatever you identify with, is based on morality. What are your morals? If I identify with certain morals and traditions in a specific party, obviously I'm going to be more attracted to that party, right? So before Trump was in office, I have family members, I have friends, friends' parents. I'm sorry, I'm literally only 15. But I had people who were a part of the Republican Party. And there's nothing wrong with being a Republican.
There's not.
There's nothing wrong with being a conservative. It becomes an issue when you're a Trump supporter. Let me tell you
I feel
why.
like being a Republican and being a Trump supporter is two completely different things.
Two completely different things.
I can respect you when you're a Trump. The only difference is I can respect you when you say you're a Republican Party and you know why. Boom. Cool. Yada, yada.
Of course.
When you say you support Trump, that's giving me racist.
Yeah.
That's giving me narcissist.
And
that's giving me all of that.
everybody always loves to be like, oh, why can't we be friends if we're different political parties? Baby, we can be friends if you like the color blue and I like the color red. We can be friends if you're a Republican or a conservative but not a Trump supporter. When you let me know that you're a Trump supporter, that shows that our morals are completely
When it comes
different.
to my attention,
Yes.
that you live like that.
Why would I want to be friends with somebody who is standing for everything that is against me? Trump does not like me at all. And he probably don't like you either.
But you just don't know that yet, and I'm gonna let you live on that.
And I feel like parents are the issue. People are
Okay, call them out then.
no. Not even to say it like that, but a lot of these kids like that we know that are saying, "Oh, I'm a Trump supporter." Trump supporter, you're 12 years old, first of all.
But anyway, it bothers me literally because a Trump supporter was be like, "Oh yeah, I support Trump, but I'm not racist."
Baby,
are
you
you
hear yourself?
listening to that man? Like, do you
And
know
then
what that means?
it becomes an issue when you can't tell me why you're a Trump supporter. And your reasons are your parents' reasoning. And you know what really gets me?
What?
Since we're on this topic of black and white.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's the cats.
Yeah. Let's bring a question in. Can you be racist to white people?
Okay, y'all are about to get it. Y'all about to get in my butt. I just know it. Okay, I know the definition of racism and all that, but I feel like when you think about it from a generalized perspective, like without including black and white, racism to me, I would think is basically being the oppressor and oppressing someone else because of the color of their skin. So I feel like well, not us specifically, but if we go around and say, "Oh yeah, them go to crackers, they live over there," that's giving a bit racist.
That's a little racist, right? You'll have to.
I think y'all don't realize that there's a difference between being just mean racism, and prejudice. Racism is the marginalization and or oppression of people of color based on a socially constructed racial hierarchy that privileges white people.
Okay, right, I get it. I understand that.
So when you say, oh, there go that cracker. Same thing with calling white people snow possums and snow roaches. If we expect somebody to respect us, then we should be respecting them as well. We understand racism comes from a point of oppression. You can't oppress the oppressor. Can you be racist to white people? No. Can you be mean to white people? Yes. Can you be prejudiced to white people just like you can be prejudiced to any all other race? Yes. So y'all know that with the whole Black Lives Matter movement, yada, 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 we've had a lot of white people, or let's just say all races, that have been supporting us, right? Mm-hmm. Acting as allies. How do y'all feel about that?
I feel as though it took y'all long enough. Like, y'all needed all of this to happen. All these events leading up to this, just for y'all to showcase your support. Girl,
yeah, and the thing, I'm all for white people, or let me stop saying white people. I'm all for
Caucasian people.
Other races. I'm speaking specifically to white people when I say this. I'm all for you guys supporting, advocating for us. But my issue becomes when it's performance activism. You're only doing it to look good.
Right. That's the vibes I get from, like, those big organizations like the NFL. I can't stand the NFL.
Well, I get it a lot from social media influencers. They feel like, oh, everybody's around me that's doing it, so I'm obligated to do it or I'm going to lose my platform. Honestly, if that's your way of thinking, I don't want your support at all. I don't want you fighting for me, because then it becomes you're talking over me. There's a difference between boosting my voice so that you hear what I have to say, opposed to talking over me and drowning out my voice.
Right. That's literally the same thing as, like, fake love. If you're not gonna love what I stand for and me genuinely, I don't want it. When
you call them out on it, they want, like, when they're doing these things, they
want credit.
Yes,
you were supposed to been doing this. What are you talking about?
They want a prize. Y'all want a cookie for doing what's right.
Do you have white friends?
Yeah, like I was saying, my issue becomes when they start posting all these things, or they're like, support black business. I mean, what?
What? Support black businesses?
Yeah, support black business. Go blacks, yada, yada, yada.
Not go blacks.
Wow. But they want, like, a prize for it. They want a cookie for doing the right thing. I'm not going to praise you for doing what's right. So if that's what you're expecting when you post this stuff, you're not getting it from me.
That literally defeats the whole purpose of the movement. Like, if you're going to do it just to have a positive outcome for yourself, this is not about you.
Same thing with the Black Lives Matter movement. People will be like, okay, first of all, Black Lives Matter was around before 2020. Been around before 2020, okay? Let's not forget that. I hate, and when I say hate, and I don't use that word a lot, when people be like, oh, but all lives matter, yada, yada, yada. Nobody...
You know what really got me this year, 2020, though? What? Blue Lives Matter, baby.
Oh, baby!
Blue Lives Matter.
I didn't know blue was a life.
I didn't...
Since when was blue a life?
Come on now. Mm-hmm.
And they'll be like, oh, all lives matter, yada, yada, yada. Nobody was saying that your life does not matter. Nobody is...
all lives can't matter unless you recognize the value of black lives.
Exactly. What's the point of saying all lives matter if you're not boosting the life that's in danger right now? Right. White lives matter, black lives matter, Asian lives matter. All of our lives matter. Nobody is saying that.
Speak it.
The only reason people are saying all lives matter is to use it as a rebuttal to Black Lives Matter. You're just undermining what we're saying.
So literally by saying all lives matter, you're rebuking everything, the whole movement. Like,
exactly.
At that point, you're not even saying all lives matter. You're literally saying everybody but Black lives.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And why would you want to exclude a life?
I feel like they don't see it that way, though.
Exactly. Nobody.
And that's the issue. That's literally the issue.
Nobody wants to intentionally cut you guys out, but your life is not in danger right now. You're not facing the issues that the Black community and Asian community, because y'all are important too, and the Hispanic community, because y'all are important as well.
Colored.
Yes.
Colored.
POC. Nobody is facing the issues that we are facing right now. So I feel like If you're really for all lives mattering, you're going to do what you have to do to support the lives that are in danger right now. But that's just me.
Even with like cops though, and like white people as a whole, we can't like fault every single one of them, because they're the difference between like not standing for the movement, being racist, and being anti-racism.
Let's talk about it. Like I was saying, the issue with being not racist is that it signifies neutrality. It's like taking the easy way out, like saying, I'm not racist, nor am I against racism, or am I taking steps to actively condemn it. There's no in between or neutrality in the fight of racism. The goal is to be anti-racist, right. Be completely against it, using your privilege and your power to stand up for those who don't have a voice. Black, white, purple, whatever, we don't care. You should be doing your part as a person.
That's really my problem with, I hate to keep bringing up white people, but it's like, okay, I get it, you claim you're not racist, but when you're not fighting for, especially if you're a white person and you literally have black friends, those type of people blow me. Because how are you not anti-racist, and people's lives that you're literally like this with are being affected? Because white people love them a black friend. Then baby, you should be doing what you can for
child me. They will steal our culture in a second, but won't fight for us. Won't be in the front line. They want the braids, but they don't want the hate.
They want the what?
They want the braids, but they don't want the hate. You don't want to be me though. You want to be my friend.
Oh no.
Y'all wouldn't last a day in my shoes. Any black person's shoes. And I think another common thing that I hear white people say specifically is that they don't see color, or that like color doesn't matter to them.
That's cap.
And although I see what they're getting at and I see what their intentions are, that's not the answer. By saying you don't see my color, or saying that, it doesn't matter, you're ignoring and not acknowledging the everyday struggles that I, as well as everybody else who is my color, are going through and facing. You don't see my differences that I have because of my different skin tone. And I appreciate your intentions. Don't get me wrong. I think it's great. But you not seeing my color does not benefit me, because you're dismissing or trying to completely ignore what makes me, me.
I know, I definitely do, but it's just like, if you're not gonna be 10 toes behind me, don't come in here with that.
3 toes, 22.
3 toes?
3 toes.
You know, 3 is less than 10.
Duh.
That's what I mean.
Duh. But that's just, I just go 3 toes though, like.
So I got another thing that I want to bring up. White privilege.
Yo, mad people like discovered what white privilege is literally in like the span of like 2 months. I'm like, y'all should have been known this.
Exactly. And I think
they're just so dumb.
I think a common misconception when white people hear the word white privilege is that we're saying like your life wasn't hard, or that you had it like easy your entire life.
That's not
but
the case.
Yeah, and the point is that your skin color did not make your life harder. And they get so scared of the word because it gives them responsibility. It holds them accountable. And it forces them to recognize the bubble that they may live in is not the real world. And instead of getting offended by it, how about you use it to benefit others? Use it to make a difference, and use it to do the right thing. Nobody is mad at you for having privilege. Just like you said, just like we're saying that we didn't choose to be black. We know you didn't choose to be white.
We know you didn't choose this.
But it becomes an issue when you don't see that you are the issue.
All I ever ask of white people, you don't even, okay, I can deal with the whole not being anti-racism. Cool, you live like that. That's how you grew up.
That's not cool, nigga.
No,
that's not cool.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, I can't do nothing about that. That's how you choose to live your life. I just don't want to be around you. But when it comes to the point where you're not seeing how your life is so different than mine, then that's a problem.
Exactly. And also, privilege is not just like black and white. It doesn't mean like, although it does mean, white privilege, whatever, but it's also having access to like nicer things, or being able to have good education, or having food on the table every night, not
healthcare.
Yeah. All of that stuff is privilege. Even being on this podcast with y'all is me having privilege. So when you don't acknowledge that, it becomes an issue. Everybody has privilege in some form, some more than others.
I feel like the difference is though, like people like us, and more so people of color, we are able to acknowledge and showcase our privilege because we're comfortable with speaking on it. But when it comes from a white person, they're like, oh no, I didn't get that.
Yeah.
I have privilege. Like, just accept it. It's really not that hard.
And I know this, I'm not going to say names because they'll probably sue me. So I have a family member that works with a person at their job, right? And they try to have this conversation about white privilege. And all they kept saying was, oh, I don't have white privilege. What are you talking about? Yada, yada, yada. Why are y'all so scared of that word?
Because they don't like to be accountable for things that cause so much trauma. Like, we get it. I know it's probably got to be hard to... Damn, I really be seeing both sides. I know it's probably hard to have, like, literally the downfall of a whole community on your back. White people, I get it. But it's just like, you have to accept it. Damn, I'm so...
No, I get it. Like, nobody is... At the end of the day, nobody's blaming you for being white. Nobody's faulting you for being white. But... why are you so comfortable with doing nothing?
That's how they, that also comes to how they grew up. Because every household's not even like that. But it's like, what did you have to do when you grew up? You did nothing. You literally did what you wanted
nothing.
So, Tim, have you ever had, like...
You get on my nerves.
Have you ever had, like, an experience where you felt like something was, like, anything that made you feel uncomfortable because of your skin color? Like, I know you live in Baltimore City, like going out of the city and all that stuff, going to different places. Do you ever feel uncomfortable because of your skin?
No, not really.
Well, I feel like, because Tim has experiences that every city kid might not have. Like, Tim has been exposed to a number of things that a lot of people probably have not been.
And we got to remember, not every black person has had the same story. So some of us may have experienced like racism or whatever.
I never experienced racism.
Exactly, like
I've seen it, but I never went through it myself. No.
Majority of people haven't.
I don't think I've experienced racism, but I've definitely experienced like
prejudice,
like uncomfortability because of my skin color. Remember I told y'all about I was at this camp and the white girl like commented on my box braids and stuff. Yeah. I was like, you ain't never seen these before? Yeah, but she probably never seen them before.
I think majority of us have not necessarily experienced racism firsthand, but we've experienced different situations that make us feel a certain way because of our skin color. Right. Like maybe you were excluded from something because you were black, or maybe a white person said something rude about your hair. You get like
something that my bad for cutting you up, but something that really made me feel some type of way was when they actually raided the Capitol, and it's like, I bet if it was a group of black people, right, they wouldn't have made it to the front yard
at all.
They wouldn't have made it to the front yard.
Literally, they would have had the line of freaking the National Guard with their dogs.
Everybody would have been right there.
Wouldn't have made it past.
Everybody would have. They would not have been right there.
Yo, somebody was at Nancy Pelosi's desk. I'm like, bro.
But it's like, wait.
Niggas up. Looking comfortable
just sit there.
No issue. I'm like,
not at all.
Bro,
just living life.
Yo, they would have had black people done shot up.
How many?
I'm like, come on.
How many white people died that day?
I think I can count on my hand.
I think it was like 2.
1,
2. I'm not sure.
2. Maced at a freaking protest, but y'all
a peaceful protest at that. A peaceful
but y'all
protest.
get the walk on into the Capitol.
That's what I'm saying.
Yippity ki everything's good.
The man had a spear.
Bro,
I don't know what it was, but he had something.
A spear?
I don't know what. Remember the man that had the he painted himself.
Yeah.
And,
one of the officers literally asked the guy, "Yo, you want some Chick-fil-A?"
Bro,
what do you mean?
Bro, and literally, they was climbing the walls and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's snipers on literally almost every building in DC.
Not right there.
They could have shot all of them up.
Where the snipers at? They could have shot. Not that I wanted them to die.
Yeah, we don't want nobody to die.
Not that I wanted them to die or get shot or be injured in any kind of way. But it's just like when you look at the difference. It's like, okay, there's snipers on these buildings. White people are climbing the wall, breaching a government building.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happened.
And that's what I feel as though.
Black person climbed that building.
Let me step my black toe on the steps. Niggas would have had me in handcuffs.
And that's what I feel as though that's white privilege.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna lie. If me and my friends would have went to the Capitol, right?
Right.
We probably wouldn't be able to touch the gate.
Niggas would have.
We wouldn't have been able to touch the gate.
What blew me is that even after that whole situation blew up, it was literally on the news for literally a week straight.
Yeah.
3 days
straight. Like a week.
White people still can't see the privilege, and it's right in front of you. I'm like, how do y'all not know this? Y'all literally look stupid now.
Because at that point, they don't want to see it. They're choosing to ignore it. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, as a black person, I'm not obligated to educate you about anything.
Nothing.
Not a daggone thing.
Nothing.
Especially not during Black History Month. But that's not the point. As a black person, I am not obligated to teach you how to be a good white person, how to be a good person at all.
But you should
How
have
to be a good
you should
white
have
person.
the capability in your heart to want to learn.
You should want to do that. Why do I have to stick my neck out to make sure you understand what it is that we're going through?
Because some people don't.
Especially when you choose not to. I give you all the tools. I give you that push.
In your face. Not even hiding it from you. Right there.
I'm slapping you with it. All in the face. Yada. Like you I'm slapping you with it and you still choose to ignore it. At this point, it's not my fault.
But some white people, they got grandfathers, their grandfathers, older grandparents, they deep into racism and shit like that. So it's like they got no choice.
Very much.
It's like, because if they show that, their affection to black people, they show that emotion, their parents, their family, they'll probably disown them.
Yeah. And that's why sometimes I feel bad because I know that they almost feel stuck. Like your whole family is saying like, oh, black people are this, black people are that. And
they're being raised on it. So it's like, what can we do?
I think that's where my empathy for white people comes from, because I know it can't be. And I know you didn't choose that life.
And you know that you want to be like the person that. But let's be honest, nobody wants to be the sore thumb in the family. Nobody wants to be the person that's like, oh, she likes black people.
Nobody want to be different.
Exactly.
They want to be different.
No, and everybody is not okay with completely detaching themselves from their family. I know I'm not. I don't want to feel like if I don't want to feel like if I speak up for something that they're going to disown me. But at the end of the day, that's your family's fault. It's never your fault. That's why I do I'm in support of the white people who don't care. And they just be like, you know what? Forget them. I'm going to speak up because I know it's right. Okay, so Tim, I got a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
And she be hitting you.
All the questions for Tim. All the questions.
How do you feel, you personally, you are a black man in America, fully black.
Yes.
100%.
How do you feel about white people saying the N-word? Or, matter of fact, any race or ethnicity other than black, because, Hispanic is an ethnicity, not a race. I had to preface that. But how do you feel about any non-black person saying the N-word around you?
I just feel as though around me, you should not say it at all. At all. I don't want to hear you say it at all. But if you're not around me, it's like say you with your friends or something, like, as long as I don't hear you you got the freedom of speech. You can do what you want. But when you're around me, please do not say no N-word.
It's a certain level of respect.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
When you're around
you should have the respect. You should have enough respect around me to not say the N-word around me.
Freedom of speech.
You get beef for that, for real.
Freedom of speech, not freedom of consequences.
Like, bro, it's something, bro. You say the N-word around me, bro, we're bound to fight, bro. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight.
And I think
y'all just be waking up choosing violence. Like,
I think some people, we have to be realistic. You can't control what other people are saying when they're not around you, because you don't know they said it. How do you know they said it? Right. But all I know is when you're around me,
do not say it.
You're on the internet, anything. Have enough respect to not say it. Why do you want to say the word so bad?
I know, like, white people be like, oh, can I get a pass, bro?
Yeah, like what?
What pass? Pass? What are you
$5, take it or leave it.
We giving you tickets now?
Like
we giving y'all tickets now to say the N-word?
Right.
Like it's a roller coaster ride or something like.
And the other thing that
you want a ticket?
The other thing that really gets me is they'll fight so hard to say the N-word. It's just a word. It's just a word, but won't fight for our rights. Why do you want to say the word so bad, bro? What is it doing for you?
Nothing at all.
And the same thing, just like, we're supposed to respect this for black people. Just like you want them to stop using that slur around us, we have to stop being okay or comfortable with using slurs against other communities as well. If you're not a homosexual, don't use the F word.
Yeah.
Simple. If you're not disabled, don't say the R word. Simple. The same expectations that we have for other people, we should be having for ourselves. Because I feel like don't be a hypocrite. Like,
especially when they're just derogatory for no reason. Like, you're just saying it just to be mean and just you hate. Like, what are you saying that? What's your point? Like, what's the wrong?
You know what's also crazy? It was so normalized, like before 2020, that I don't even think half of us realized the meaning behind these words.
What, like slurs?
Yeah, like saying the R word. We didn't realize the impact because it was so normalized around us. I know that the people I was around didn't really give it much thought.
Sure didn't. I mean, not that but I feel like it's a difference between using it and just like a regular sentence and it just happens to fit what you're trying to say, then it's called like using it against somebody and using it the derogatory way. I have a problem with the derogatory way, but if you're not that it's okay, but if you're just like joking around how you would normally be like, oh, she,
because y'all do it all the time. Y'all do it all the time.
Y'all
be like, y'all just be like, something be happening. Y'all be like, nigga, what?
Right. Like I understand that. You know, sometimes it slips out. Like, you don't even think twice about it because for so long we thought it was okay. But I would never, in this life or the next, use it in a derogatory way to somebody else.
Right.
But it's also like, it's kind of
That don't even sound right.
What?
Like, just imagine you just talk, you black nigger.
Right, that's where it gets to be like right, you're reaching, like,
what? But then I also get confused because, you know, we say we're using it like in a joking way, but when you're using that word, you're comparing it to someone of that state. So like when, because you know, a lot of times people love to use gay as an insult. I wouldn't understand for the life of me why, but
I don't know. I feel like that was kind of more like that didn't happen a lot, and like in this year.
Yeah, but like, or the meaning behind it. So even though you don't intend for it to be derogatory, or you don't think that it's as insulting as it is, even when you're using it in that context, it's still insulting because you're comparing them to that person. So like if I use
it's like you're saying, what's wrong with that person? Like, why does it have to be a bad thing?
No, what I'm saying, so say you're using the R word, you're calling somebody the R word, right? But like joking around, right? Or you say like, you're still comparing a person who is disabled because that's who the word was used against to that thing, which I think, although it's not, you're not saying it to their face, it's still mean. Yeah. At the end of the day.
The word in itself is like a lose-lose situation, however you use it. But it's just like, it's a time and a place.
For everything.
For everything. So,
just let that time not be around me.
Yeah, right. Yeah. White friend, if you want to, throw a little nigga.
With your white friends.
Yeah, you can't say that about me.
If y'all think that make you seem a little more down, go for it, baby. By all
go for it, baby.
I ain't no problem.
But you step around me.
Yeah, you're done.
Big step Imani.
You're done for. You're done for.
Why didn't get it handled?
You're done for.
Don't play with that girl, okay?
Not one of them.
Not one of them.
Not at all.
Yeah, yeah.
You're the best hype man ever, bro.
But I'm just saying, like I don't understand why people want to say the word so bad. What is it doing for you, baby?
I don't know. I guess it makes them feel cool.
But like the word isn't cool itself at all. It was used against us to make us feel. It was used to belittle us. We took the word back. We're reclaiming the word. That's the whole point of using the word, to reclaim it. Whether you choose to say it or not say it as a black person is your decision. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
I guess they see us reclaiming it.
But you have the right at the end of the day.
That's the difference.
That's the difference.
You know they try to. I'm not gonna say they all, but you know. Some white people try to steal a lot of things black people do, so.
Does focusing on race divide us? Tim, give us your input.
To some extent.
Elaborate.
It could be. I mean, focusing on race, when do we have time to come together and actually see eye to eye?
Oh my God, right.
But when we don't focus on race, then it becomes an issue because we're not acknowledging it.
I feel like you get more out of not focusing on race than you would on focusing on it, if that makes sense.
I think there's a difference between making everything about race and focusing on race.
Right. But there's a difference between like not focusing on race and completely disregarding race.
Yeah. So I think it's a difficult question. It's two sides to it. Of course, you want to focus on race and making sure that you're acknowledging what's going on around you, but when you make every single thing, even when it's not about race, it becomes an issue.
Right.
I feel like TikTok does that a lot, though.
Absolutely. Everything. They'll be in the comments like, is it because she black? Yes. That's exactly why. That's exactly why her favorite color is yellow. Because she's black.
Right. Like, come on now. I get it. Y'all just want any type of. I feel like no. A lot of black people be wanting any and every reason to put a white person down, and you can't expect to throw that out there and then expect not to get it back from them.
Yeah, that's why I say it's a two-way street. Like, don't dish out what you can't take. If you know that you wouldn't want somebody speaking on you because of your skin tone, I just feel like don't do the same to other people. Y'all think it's because it's not racist, y'all think it's okay. You still shouldn't be mean.
Right.
There's no reason to be mean, especially when they haven't directly done anything to you.
Yeah, we're way too comfortable.
Way too comfortable with being just blatantly mean to people.
I ain't gonna lie, at my school, I had like 2 white kids that go to like 2 white
They be
kids
getting bullied, don't they?
out of the whole school. And like, people treat them wrong. I mean,
Do you be treating them wrong?
no.
Be
Let me
honest,
be.
Don't be lying on air.
Let me be 100% honest with you, right?
Okay.
All right, listen. Me, myself, I don't really care. I don't be mean to them, but like, say like they do something, like they say something to me or something like that. I like retaliate. It's just,
You
Yeah,
pull
yeah,
that white card.
If- yeah.
You
but
pull
it's
that white card.
like they just pull that card. I'm like, bro, for real?
I mean, if they start- that's
are you
different.
serious? Like, are you serious right now, bro?
Do you want me to air you
That's what
out?
I'm saying. Like, bro, you're for real?
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a difference when they started it. But I feel like we should just be going around.
Yeah, I wouldn't just go around to my school and like, oh, you white kid?
Yeah, like, you're white.
Like, bro, I'm pretty sure you know your skin color, but what I gotta tell you for?
I don't be caring. Like,
It's like, bro,
Yeah.
what am I supposed to do?
Y'all paid attention to the GameStop?
No.
So,
Yeah.
Are you so with stocks, right? Like, you got stock people that work in Wall Street, right? And they pretty much run up. Let's say you guys put like $10 on a Mac computer or whatever, and you tell all your homies, yo, we gonna all put $10 on this Mac computer so we can just get it for the low because we all just putting $10 in. That's legal. That's what stockbrokers do. So they was doing that with GameStop. So they was just running up the stock because it was cheap for regular people, and then they cashed out and then bought the stock up because mad people was buying it. You feel me? So it was people like us that was making bread off that stock. They made it illegal now to do that. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta kind of really pay attention.
It's crazy. You know what's
And
crazy?
ain't nobody
You know what's
winning.
crazy
Right,
though?
and then that's the part that I hate.
That's the racist.
That's crazy because I took government in school. I'm not gonna say it's like a bad way, but it don't interest me.
But that's the part that I really hate though, because the government will be like, oh, this is bad if black people are doing it. But when it becomes beneficial to white people, it's no longer an issue. The same thing with weed. Weed is now becoming legal in certain states, right? Because the government is able to profit off of it with like medical marijuana and stuff like that. The only reason that we're able to do those things is because the government is funding these medical marijuana dispensaries.
My Grammy got a medical card.
And it's so hard for black people to get into that type of industry, which is why, it's still going. White people don't care whether you're doing it or not because they're making money off of it.
Let me get pulled over.
Yeah.
Oh, especially.
Let a male get pulled over. Damn bad cooked.
Shut up.
In a second.
We might not know the next time we see in our family.
Let bro try to resist.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Ooh. Let him not resist. What you mean? Yeah. You roll the window down. Get out. What you mean? I just rolled my window down. I couldn't hear you.
Let him turn around.
Like, bro.
Let him breathe too hard.
All right, that's what I'm saying. Let me sit up in my chair. Whoa, what you doing? Bro, I'm sitting up, bro. I'm sitting up, bro.
Let me get my phone out to
That's what I'm
record
saying.
because.
License and registration, please.
Yo,
I'll
we
reach
finna
over.
talk
I'm
about
done.
Sir, what do you want me to do here?
I don't know, man. I would just keep my hands up like this. You got it.
You can get it for me.
Yeah, you go and grab it. It's that right there in the bottom on the right. Right there you go.
You have that, sir. Mm-hmm. How do y'all feel about white people using AAVE? African American. Let me give.
You said this, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, it's a
African American vernacular language.
vernacular language.
Vernacular?
African American vernacular language. How do y'all feel about white people?
How they be in the spelling bee? Can you elaborate, please?
So, you know, as black people, we have like slang or whatever. We'd be like, chow, bow, or, you know, stuff like that.
Oh, please do not do it. White people, please do not do it. You make me so mad. Like, bro, seriously, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It was one night I was on YouTube, right?
Yes.
And it's like, it's this man, I don't know it. I forgot his name. But he a black dude. He get on lives, but he don't see nothing.
Right.
He going on live with 2 white people, right?
Right.
And they said, they talking like, I'm like, bro, like, what, jit? What you mean, jit? I ain't gonna lie, I never heard a white person say jit. Like, that's black people.
Florida's different.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Florida is different.
I don't
Y'all
know.
are excluded from the conversation.
Yeah, I don't know.
Different black people.
They got the wicks and all that.
Same thing with y'all seen when Bobby Shmurda got home and that photo with, he was in the photo with the 3 white girls. And everybody was like, during Black History Month. Listen, he just got out.
Bobby when Bobby got out, the weather was beautiful.
Yes, bro.
And I'm like, bro, he's been in there since 2014. He don't know the times, baby.
No, he don't.
He don't know the times right now.
Give him a man.
And you never know. They could have been down for him. They could have been holding him down while he was in jail. We just don't know. So I feel like, you know, like if that's what he's... Hey.
Well, that's different though, because the whole black man, white girl narrative is just all types of messed up.
It's
nowadays.
so skewed, bruh.
Oh, I was saying I don't have a problem with interracial couples like black man, white, whatever it is. But I have a problem when the black man or the black woman is only with that white partner because they don't find black women or men attractive.
They're with that person because that person is white. That's when it becomes an issue. There's nothing wrong with liking who you like. There's a difference between being straight up colorist, racist, or just simply having a preference. A preference is, I like short people.
Right.
I like people with long hair. That's a preference.
I like tall guys.
See me, man. I ain't got no type.
There's
anybody who says that be lying.
There's nothing wrong with preferring. You know what? I don't even care if you prefer white people. Whatever. But it becomes an issue when you start degrading black women simply because they're black.
Right.
I don't care if you like white people. Honestly, I like white people too. Nobody cares.
I like white people too.
Nobody cares.
You can like what you like.
Yeah, it's only colorist or racist when you're putting somebody down purposely simply because they are dark skinned or whatever, black, whatever. It doesn't matter.
When I see that, I just be like, dang, do you think your mom is pretty? Like,
Yes.
your mom is literally black.
I love me a little chocolate drop. You hear me?
As you should. As you should. Wait, hold on.
Wait a minute.
Like, no, but for real
Please,
though. For real though.
please stop referring to black. Please stop comparing black people to candy and chocolate. I am not your caramel chocolate double dip swirl.
That's shorty.
So weird. Stop doing that. It's not cute. You may think it's cute, but it's literally so uncomfortable.
I mean, I don't know. I feel as though I got that from little chocolate. I got that from like a little old TV show.
That have to do with anything.
I don't know. All right, guys. So that's all the time that we have today.
We hit a lot today.
They had a lot today, bro.
Everything.
Did a lot.
Yeah.
I loved him too.
We're gonna end this here. Tune in for the next episode.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode. And don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms at Bird's Eye View Podcast.